Okay, love it or hate it. This is going to be my style of patch note, update, video, whatever you want to call it. We're going to kind of skip Sky altogether. The only thing we'll say, I will caveat her by saying she is going to be a difficult hero to play. You're going to have some very good technical skills when it comes to moving and everything else because she has no positive means of escape. That being said, she will be a beast in the, skilled hands of certain players. And then also, for the first 7 days, she will be unlockable by ice only. And yes, I've already purchased her, but I'm not going to play her in ranked just yet. So, those are her abilities. Kind of move a little bit slowly down through them. You guys can always just check out the website for information. And then for skins, we've got Cloud Raider Vox, which I went ahead and purchased. Scarf Tier 2 is available, Bug Pedal Tier 2, and Jewel Tier 3 is available. So Karma has been revamped. There's no longer that maximum Karma level. You're either going to have, I think it's great, good, or bad Karma. And yeah, it will just affect your matchmaking time just like it would before, but this is more current than people who had kind of a stagnant karma. It's been simplified, levels been replaced with great, good, and bad. Karma state determined by recent and current player behavior includes thumbs up and thumbs down from fellow players. Players with bad karma will be banned from playing matches and chatting for a certain period of time. Okay, so I didn't cover this in another video, but I'm not going to completely break down the whole seasons thing. But the much touted trophy room is here. However, I'm kind of let down. I expected a little bit more. I expected to see something other than just the preseason, hey, you're unranked essentially at this time. But, we will hopefully see more cool stuff to come. I mean, you can't expect the world to change in one single patch. Alright, so, and also the Vein Crystal regenerates health after not taking damage for 5 seconds. Have not seen as to what level, whether it'll go all the way to the top, or who knows. Haven't been able to check it out yet. So, they overtuned the jungle times a bit in 1.7, so now the spawn is increased to 25 seconds, which basically leaves, at the beginning of a match, you're kind of sitting there staring at each other waiting for the minions to spawn. And then the adjustment to late game jungle creatures, jungle camps and bosses defense per level is up by 20%. And then it says, for turrets can be too hard to kill early, too easy to kill late, especially by sustained mages like Celeste and Scarf. This is true. I could burn through turrets with Scarf like a boss. It says we want to open up the opportunity to take turrets early against teams that are investing too much in the jungle. And late game turrets will scale much harder in defenses, especially shielding. This is because mages have largely solve their energy problems and we're melting turrets away too quickly. This is absolutely true because I won't even say like super late game, but if you could ace around the 23-minute mark and have all 3 people up, and if I'm rocking a fully developed Scarf, we could burn through the last 3 or down to the last 2 depending on how many turrets were left. So turret defenses changed from armor of 110 to 150 at 2 minutes, shield of 55 to 88 from 2 to 15 minutes. So turret defenses changed to combine armor and shield stats. First turret is 45 to 145 from 2 minutes to 12 minutes. Second turret is 45 to 185, 2 from 16 minutes. Third turret is 45 to 225 at 2 to 20 minutes. And then the final 2 Vein turrets is 45 to 65 from 2 to 24 minutes. Losing base turrets already means you're losing, giving the enemy team 300 gold. So Vein turrets, the bounty is up from, or the bounty goes down from 300 to 100 gold. Not really all that big of a deal. And okay, so the Kraken is no longer susceptible when she is popping out of the hole. So basically that just means you won't be able to go in and try to destroy her while she is climbing out. You can only attack her when she can attack you back. Your base hits will cause, not necessarily, I guess you could say less damage, but basically they're rewarding people who are going to attack with your abilities. And then, let's see here. Killing the Kraken does not guarantee you 10 seconds of massive healing if the enemy team immediately descends upon you. Ace buff is cancelled upon taking hero damage. Now that is interesting. Alright, so changes to individual heroes. Ringo's Twirling Silver was intended to give him a tactical window in which he could deal damage. However, they decided that it was a little bit too much. So his duration is changed from 4 to 6 seconds at the different levels. And then Twirling Silver crystal ratio is up from 70 to 80%. And then under Saw, he frequently finds that by the end of suppressing fire that fights have moved away from him and he is unable to participate. This change allows him the mobility to reposition. And so finish suppressing fire resets the cooldown of the roadie run. Rona. Oh my god. Rona is now going to become a viable hero. I'm not going to read through every single thing here. We will go through each of her abilities real quick, but I'm not going to read through the entire explanation. Berserker's Fury, her heroic perk. Energy stat no longer increases her in-combat rage gain. Weapon ratio down from 80 to 70. Gains 100% more blood rage when attacking targets suffering from mortal wounds. Whenever Rona reaches max blood rage, she gains a barrier equal to 8% of her max health. Full Splitter, first hit, grants 1.5 movement speed for 2 seconds. So she is going to stick on you like white on rice. Second hit consumes only 50% of blood rage instead of 100%. This naturally reduces the damage of the second hit because it's amplified by the amount of blood rage consumed. Second hit grants Rona 30 to 50% attack speed for 2 to 4 seconds. Cooldown on Red Mist has gone from 12 to 4. Lifesteal reduced by 50%. And Rona gains 40, 60, 80 armor and shield during Red Mist for each of the levels you upgrade. And then I mentioned this in a different video, but the only tweak to Vox is a slight nerf. It really does not affect anything, in my opinion, for those who are lower level players. Maybe the high level players will notice something different, but it's down. The ability is down from 4.5 to 4.0. And then there was a bug with Taka, preventing him from dealing Mortal Strike after flipping over with Kayaten. Pedal, we're seeing money and damage crystal ratio up from 40 to 45%. Seed healing per second, crystal ratio is up from 1 to 3%. And they've made some significant changes to Jewel. Now it says the critical strikes will follow a pseudo-random distribution, meaning her crits are still chance-based but are more narrowly distributed than a true random. When striking multiple targets, crit is evaluated independently for each target instead of cutting everyone at once or none at all. Thunderstrike crystal ratio is up from 100 to 135%. Then with Arden, Vanguard is his signature thing. It's what he does. So the cooldown is going to drop from 17 to 13 seconds at all ranks. So we're going to see a lot more of Arden bouncing around the screen with his Vanguard. So, with the actual item changes, Frostburn is considered an underused, so the base slow has been moved from 15 to 20%. Max is still 40%. There was, I guess, a display error in 1.7 showing this as 35. Piercing Spear and Tension Bow. This is for you crit runners, especially Ringo and stuff like that. Although I've seen Ringo played in 1.8 and you know, it may drop the armor piercing down, but it does not take away his viability of running Tension Bow, but it's down from 15 to 10% on the Piercing Spear and Tension Bow. Piercing Shard is down from 10% to 8%. Heroes should be doing more than just stacking Piercing Shards. I love it. Armor and shield items. Slight price tuning. Go ahead and check all those out individually. I will say Fountain has gone up, but some other items have gone down. Broken Myth, dealing or receiving burn debuff damage does not cause Broken Myth to stack. Interested to see how that affects Scarf, if at all. These are very interesting to me. Being someone who gets, I don't want to say stuck, but more often than not stuck playing support, I've played one game with Catherine so far in 1.8, and it has been my best game with her to date. So, Gold Bounty is up from 30%, 50% for jungle monsters, and then 60% for all types. Stormguard Banner has received some changes. 100 health removed. Health regen is up from 12 to 16. Price has been reduced. Does not affect the end-all price of Warhorn or Contraption. When attacking non-heroes, basic attacks deal +3 of the target's max health per second as true damage. It's 5 times against lane minions and jungle camps. With Contraption, Stormguard gains 2.5 meter AoE, and with Warhorn, you get a +30 versus jungle bosses, Kraken, and structures. Contraption, with the buff to Stormguard and more changes to vision items, watch out for the new Contraption or be watched by it. Charge time down from 25 to 15 per use. A whole slew of new Android devices that have been added to the list. Hopefully we will just see that list continue to grow and grow. I know I have some friends who have had issues with Android devices and not being able to play this even though they really want to. So, for the last part here, we have got 4 bug fixes. Timing issue causing Koshka to have unnecessarily long delays after using her abilities. Fixed a bug preventing Taka from dealing the immortal strikes. Fixed a bug that could cause players to lose their target after using certain abilities. And fixed a visual bug causing some hero ability weapon ratios to display incorrectly in the market. So, while I'm not an expert on all this stuff, this is just me kind of going through the list and covering some of the stuff for you. I like it when people read to me, so I decided why not read to you guys. Alright, till next time, Crazy Doc is out.